Hello everyone, Miss Debbie here. It's so nice to see you tonight. I am recording outside as the sun is going down. It's going down behind me. It's a little cloudy. Um, it's getting dark earlier, and the days are getting shorter, and the nights are getting longer. So that means we can sleep more. I'm all for that. I love going to bed and sleeping. So we're gonna do a different greeting song this evening. Some A song that some of my other friends really like. It's called Wende Aho, and it's a very good morning song or an evening song, and it's just a simple word. Wende Aho. Wende Aho. And I'll sing the verse 3 times, and that's that. And if you have a shaker, use it, okay? Because it's fun. It's the easiest, funnest instrument you could play. So try not to shake it too much in front of the camera. All right, you ready? It goes like this. Wende aho, wende aho, wende ah, wende ah, ho 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 ho, hey aho, hey aho, ya ya ya. Let's do it again. Wende aho, wende aho, wende ah, wende ah, ho 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 ho, hey aho, hey aho, ya ya ya. And one more time. Wende aho, wende aho, wende ah, wende ah, ho 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 ho, hey aho, hey aho, ya ya ya. Rattles are good to have. I used to keep this one in my car, and if I'm sitting in traffic, I just kind of shake up the energy a little bit. I have a bigger rattle. This is filled with corn, dried corn. Makes a pretty good sound. You can shake up the energy a lot. See, kids aren't the only ones. Babies aren't the only ones who are allowed to have rattles. So don't be afraid or shy if you're a little bit grown up and you still have a rattle. So good. All right. So let's do Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Tall Lady? Where is Tall Lady? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, ma'am? Very well, I thank you. Stride away. Stride away. Where is Ringman? Where is Ringman? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, dude? Very well, I thank you. Skip away. Skip away. Okay, now shake out your hands and get the blood flowing and some of that energy moving. Because your hands are going to work very hard tonight while you go to sleep. They're going to be folded up like this, and they're going to help you cushion your head and give you sweet dreams. So you want to take good care of your hands. Like, squeeze your fingers if you like. That always feels good. So the first book tonight is called My Tree, brand new book. You can find it in your library. My Tree. See, it's new. by Hope Lim, and the pictures are by Il Sung Na. This is a really sweet book, and one good thing about these story times that are recorded or close up, you can get to see the pictures better than in a story time where you're sitting in front of me. The only way you could see the pictures better is if you borrow the book yourself. Isn't this a lovely color? Looks like the autumn, like an apricot red. My tree. In the backyard of our new home stood an old tree, tall, crooked, and quiet. It reminded me of the persimmon tree that shaded our porch in Korea. Deep purple plums dotted every branch, so I named her Plummy. So here's all their boxes. They had just moved to a new house. And here's the little boy looking out at the tree that he named Plummy. I watered her, climbed on her, and found a perfect spot to hide and spy until everyone wondered where I was. So he watered her and climbed up the tree. And there he sat. Do you like to climb trees? It's really fun to do. And here's his parents down here calling him, "Where are you?" He's hiding in the tree. I spent my first day in America with Plummy, and she became my tree. Whenever I missed my home in Korea, Plummy lifted me up and I played on her branches. There's some cardinals coming to visit the bird feeder, and a squirrel. In the spring, I celebrated my birthday under her blooming white flowers. In the summer, I watched the sky through her thick green leaves. In the fall, I picked purple plums and shared them with neighbors. And in winter, I listened to the wind whistling through her dark brown branches. Plummy made me feel at home. One spring night, a rainstorm with high winds swept through the city and knocked down many trees, old and new. Plummy fell down that night. It's very frightening when trees fall down, and they don't often make any noise. They're very quiet. The next morning, I saw Plummy lying in the middle of the yard, away from the house, away from the deck, and away from the fence. Her roots were pulled out of the earth, worn out and sad. An old tree knows how to lie down when it's time, my grandma had told me in Korea. I climbed on Plummy and stood on her. How immense she looked under my feet. It's a whole different perspective. For days, Plummy turned into everything I wished for. A tree house, a rocket, an island, a ship. Neighborhood kids joined in and we all had fun. Until a little boy scraped his arm and cried, and then it was time for Plummy to go. It looks like some of those branches are breaking, and the little boy got hurt and cried, so now they had to come and saw up the tree. The next day, Plummy was hauled away. Without Plummy, everything felt different. No more white flowers, no more green shade, no more purple plums or whistling wind, and no more secret hiding place. And here's the men who came with their ladders, wearing their hard hats, bringing the chainsaw, cutting up the tree. And do you see that's the big chipper? All the branches go into the chipper and turns it into wood chips. And then there was nothing left of Plummy, nothing at all. In the middle of the yard, I stood alone, remembering Plummy. Tall, crooked, quiet. So he's thinking the ghost of Plummy. That's a little spooky, isn't it? Daddy, I miss Plummy. Daddy nodded and squeezed my hand. A few days later, we planted a new plum tree, short and straight, in Plummy's old place. I watered her and patted down the soil. I wondered if she would ever know an old tree once stood where her roots were spreading. I watered her more, and she grew little by little. He's a good boy. He's bringing the water in the can. That's a hard job. Then one spring day, I saw something familiar. The new plum tree had her first blossoms. Fresh white flowers dotted every branch and fluttered in the breeze. The new tree was short and straight, but donned in milky petals. She stood quiet, like Plummy. And he saw that out the window. And here's the pictures he was coloring. And now he's running out the door. "Hello," I whispered. In the backyard of our home stands a young plum tree. I water her and watch her grow tall and strong, and I feel right at home. If you have to move from your house and your neighborhood, I hope you make friends with a tree in your backyard, because a tree will always be your friend, and you can talk to a tree, you can hug a tree, you can listen to the tree talk to you. Trees are very special, and they're smarter than we know or think. So with that, let's sing our love song, right? We're going to sing Skidamarink, and we're going to do sign language. So this is baby sign language for I love you. And I always forget this. I want to use it when I go to the store and just like go up to people and go like this and see if they know what I'm saying. But I don't remember. But to say I love you, I love you. It's very easy. Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skidamarink-a-doo. I love you. Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skidamarink-a-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skidamarink-a-doo. I love you. Cha-cha-cha. By the way, behind me, that's my neighbor's house. And this over here is my bee garden. There's no bees now, but I was out visiting my friend today in Pennsylvania, and she still has raspberry bushes growing, so I went out to walk my dog, and I picked a handful of raspberries, and they were so delicious. And the bees were very busy still pollinating those flowers, so I was pretty amazed. The bees have left my garden. So. Okay, our second book today, this is a very special story. You can thank Miss Sam for picking out these wonderful new books. This is called The Caiman. So a caiman is an alligator in, let's see, what do they speak in Venezuela? Portuguese or Spanish? So the Caiman. And this is a true story. I love true stories. So, the Caiman. And here, Here's a little alligator being birthed out of its egg. And that's what a caiman is. It's an alligator. This story happened many years ago in San Fernando de Apure, a tiny city on the bank of a wide river that was home to many alligators. Their skins were highly prized by hunters who sometimes left young, orphaned alligators behind. So here are, you can see 3 alligators just sleeping in the river, but here you can see hunters stealing an alligator just to make alligator boots or alligator purses or alligator shish kebab. It happens. These are beautiful pictures, aren't they? Here's a bird that's sitting on top of an alligator snout. One day, during a game of hide and seek, a little girl named Julia found one of these baby alligators, a river caiman, wandering around the riverbank. The discovery caused a commotion, and the children passed the tiny reptile around. But when it was time to go home, none of them was brave enough to take the baby alligator along. Julia was about to put it back in the river when Feoro, the town jeweler and watchmaker who lived on 24th of July Street, approached. Feoro picked up the baby alligator, which was no bigger than the palm of his hand, stroked her gently, and without another thought, slid her into the front of his shirt. And here are the children, and here is Feoro with the little alligator. Don't worry, he told the children. I'm going to bring her home and take care of her. You can come and play with her whenever you like. When he got home, Feoro peeked inside his pocket. The creature slept peacefully, curled up like a clock spring. Because her skin was very dark, Feoro decided to name her Night. Here he is reaching into his pocket, and then look at how tiny she is in his hand, all curled up and happy. Feoro took Night to his workshop with him each day. News of the young clockmaker who had adopted a baby alligator traveled quickly, and visitors began arriving at the workshop from all the nearby villages and towns. They brought cracked clocks, broken necklaces, bracelets for engraving, and rings for resizing. They stood in line in the street and waited their turn to see and touch the little alligator. So there's lines of people, especially children, and then they come to pet the little alligator. So Night got used to people, especially Feoro. She followed him everywhere. Each morning, Night climbed into Feoro's bed to wake him up by resting her head on his lap, just like a little doggy. Feoro said good morning with a gentle pat on the caiman's head. River caimans need fresh water to live, so Feoro built a pond with a slope in the backyard for Night to come and go as she pleased. And here she is in her pond. The caiman liked her pond. She laid hundreds of tiny eggs in the water and played with the neighborhood children who visited often. I wonder what they did with the eggs, though. Did they put them in the river for the little alligators to grow up? I don't know. Time passed. The alligator was more than 6 feet long when Feoro told her he was in love with his neighbor Angela, whom he had met at the town fair. He wanted to marry her, but he had to be sure that Angela and Knight would get along. And there is his 6-foot alligator. It's true. It's a true story. They said he had rescued all kinds of animals in his house. At their first meeting, Knight wrapped herself around Feoro's legs and stared at Angela. Angela was terrified. But Feoro took her hands between his own, and together they stroked the alligator's head. Knight closed her eyes as if she were smiling. They set a date for the wedding. So here's Knight smiling, and here's Feoro and Angela holding hands. Feoro made the wedding rings and a small surprise for Knight, gold settings for her fangs. The alligator showed them off to the delight of all the guests. So there's gold. He put golden caps on her fangs. Here she is holding the veil. From the moment Angela arrived, life was joyful. Angela sang and laughed. She served delicious cakes and cookies and fresh juice to all the children who came to play with the alligator. And here I think they're playing like doctor. Open your mouth and say ah. Stick out your tongue, and the children are sticking out their tongues now. Say ah. Isn't that what the doctor does to look into your mouth? Say ah. Years passed. Knight grew until she was 10 feet long. 10 feet of a quiet and happy life. Did you ever hear of children playing on top of an alligator? One hot summer afternoon, Feoro got sick. Angela stopped singing. The house was full of sadness. Knight would not leave Feoro's side. When it was time to say goodbye, the alligator laid her head on Feoro's lap. And you could see that he's a little bit old and pretty sick. His touch was reassuring. Knight, I have to go, but don't be afraid, he whispered. Everything will be all right. Be a friend to Angela. She loves you and will always take care of you. A great desolation settled upon the house. Even the parrots and parakeets felt quiet. The Caiman slowly crossed the silent backyard. She went into a small storage room full of old things, and there she stayed, not leaving, not eating. In her grief, Angela worried about Knight, but could not find a way to make her come out or eat anything. Days, then weeks went by. One morning, Angela was sorting papers and found a card Feoro had written many years earlier. It said, "Dear Angela, your beautiful voice fills my heart with joy. Whenever you sing, I feel you close." Thinking of him, Angela began to sing. Knight's head appeared. Step by step, she emerged and stood in the backyard listening, her great jaws open, gathering the light and warmth from the sun. From that day on, the children returned to play with the Caiman, and Angela never stopped singing. The end. Now, I'm going to show you the girl who wrote the story. This is her when she's a little girl with the alligator that was called Night. It's hard to see because it's kind of a dark picture. Isn't that interesting? What a beautiful story. That was written by Maria Eugenia Manrique and illustrated by Ramon Paris. So another good book you can find in your library. So come in the library and take a look around. We have some excellent new books. And the children's room is open, and it's rearranged a little bit, and you're going to like it. There's so many more things. There's plenty of graphic novels and new novels and picture books and readers and lots of things to do. Lots of crafts and story times, mostly story times online. Next week, on Tuesday the 19th, we will have Story on the Lawn at 3:30. So it'll be, hopefully the weather will be nice next week on the 19th. So be there or be square. So now let's do a few songs. Let's do The Wheels on the Bus. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut, all through the town. The driver on the bus says, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says, move on back, all through the town. The people on the bus go side to side, side to side, side to side. The people on the bus go side to side, all through the town. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. The babies on the bus go wah, 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 wah. The babies on the bus go wah, 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 all through the town. The mommies on the bus go shh, 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 shh. The mommies on the bus go shh, 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 all through the town. Well, it's getting dark now. It's time for Lily White's party. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. So make a wish. It's good. Keep those wishes in your heart. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle's the first star I see in the night sky, and also the first star I see in the morning if I go out early. Twinkle is very bright. I don't think scientists call him Twinkle. They call him Sirius, I think. But anyway. So, let's get ready for bed now. This is the way we wash our face, wash our face, wash our face. This is the way we wash our face before we go to bed. This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth before we go to bed. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we comb our hair before we go to bed. This is the way we blow a kiss, blow a kiss, blow a kiss. This is the way we blow a kiss before we go to bed. I used to sleep in a very cold room in the attic, in the top floor of the house. It was a finished room, but it was cold up there. So actually, I would wear a hat to bed. You know, the kind that you pull down over, and it was very comfortable. So you can wear a hat to bed. Why not? You could do anything you want. Let's have another book. One more book before we turn out the lights. Okay. It's called Good Night Owl. So you may know owls sleep in the daytime and they come out at night. They're nocturnal. They hunt for their food at night. When they go to sleep in the daytime, that's when the hawks wake up and the hawks come out in the daytime. So somebody told me there was a hoot owl outside my window last night, but I never heard it because I was sleeping. Good Night Owl by Pat Hutchins. Owl tried to sleep. The bees buzzed. Buzz, buzz. An owl tried to sleep. The squirrel cracked nuts. Crunch, crunch. An owl tried to sleep. The crows croaked. Caw, caw. An owl tried to sleep. The woodpecker pecked. Rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat. An owl tried to sleep. This tree is getting very noisy. The starlings chittered. Twit, 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 twit. An owl tried to sleep. The jays screamed. Eeyok, eeyok. An owl tried to sleep. Owl is not getting a good night's sleep. The cuckoo called. Cuckoo, cuckoo. An owl tried to sleep. The robin peeped. Pip, pip. An owl tried to sleep. The sparrows chirped. Cheep, cheep. An owl tried to sleep. The doves cooed. Coo, coo. An owl tried to sleep. Now the tree is getting crowded too. The bees buzzed. Buzz, buzz. The squirrel cracked nuts. Crunch, crunch. The crows croaked. Caw, caw. The woodpecker pecked. Rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat. The starlings chittered. Twit, 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 twit. The jays screamed. Eeyok, eeyok. The cuckoo called. Cuckoo, cuckoo. The robin peeped. Pip, pip. The sparrows chirped. Cheep, cheep. The doves cooed. Coo, coo. An owl couldn't sleep. Then darkness fell and the moon came up and there wasn't a sound. All the other animals are sleeping. And Owl screeched, screech, screech, and woke everyone up. They fluttered away. He was going to get his revenge. The end. Isn't that a sweet book? Yep, you can find this. It's new. It's a new old book. It's an old book. It's an old book, but Miss Sam has bought this new so we can enjoy it forever. So, go hippity hop to bed. I'd rather stay up instead. When mother says must, there's nothing but just go hippity hop to bed. Because look at the sky behind me. It's getting dark. Day is done, gone the sun, from the land, from the hills, from the sky. All is well, safely rest, dreams are nigh. Remember that word nigh means near. Dreams are near. And my song to you, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I wish you sweet dreams. Good night, and I will see you next week. Bye. Sleep well.